Okay, good evening, guys. Hope you had a hectic day today, but still we got to go with the things that are being planned. Anyhow, as you people know, we are already lagging in the syllabus. So we got to go according to the plan. And it's 37 participants. Let's see. Meanwhile, let me share the presentation to you. Just a minute. Let me share the screen. Okay, fine. So there is a question for you people. Priya. See, I have
yes, sir.
Take care of your speaker and the mic.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See,
sorry, sir.
No problem. And I am taking all the permissions to go on unmute. If you have any concerns, you can raise your hands. Good. Fine. To start the class, I have a question for you people, and this is again. I want you people to go into the menti.com and answer this question quickly. So here comes the question. I want you people to answer this question, and the time limit is given in 30 seconds. You are supposed to answer the question. Difference between cloud consumer and cloud service consumer. Difference between cloud consumer and cloud service consumer. I think you people are a little bit slow, I guess. But anyhow, I didn't want to waste much of the time. And as I told in the previous class as well, cloud consumer is the one who is a direct service consumer, cloud consumer from the provider. He's the one who directly interacts with the cloud provider. The cloud service consumer are just users of that particular cloud service. At times, cloud consumer and cloud service consumer might be one and the same persons. And many times you find these two are two different entities, two different parties. So don't get confused about these two. That's the reason I started the class with this revisioning point. I repeat, cloud consumer is the one who directly consumes the service from the provider. He is directly in relation with the provider. And the cloud service consumer is the one who is just a user of such service. User of such service. On the other day, I had given you the example like for Vidyaniketan.asia domain email IDs. You are the cloud service consumers, and the cloud consumer is nothing but the Sri Vidyaniketan, and a cloud provider is nothing but the Microsoft. Okay, so do understand on this. Okay, so fine. I will stop the share here, and we will go with another share meanwhile. Okay, in the last class, we were discussing about the terminologies that will be very frequently used. And also, we have discussed a little bit deeper about horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. Remember, horizontal scaling is in and out. That means additional devices will be plugged in and plugged out. Vertical scaling, there will not be any additional devices plugging in, but within the existing device, the size or else the scaling will be up and down. That is it. Okay. So do remember these things. Okay. Now going forward, I would like to discuss about the goals and benefits. What are the advantages we can say on the other hand? Okay. So what what exactly we can tell is basically when you talked about the uh, uh, goal, when you talk about the goal exclusively, it adds the benefits. It adapts the benefits. What I mean to tell here exactly is the benefit that is being expected from the cloud is in turn being, or else it is being trying to maintain that particular benefit as a goal also. As a goal also, like these two are two different terms. I do understand goal is an entirely different thing and benefit is a separate thing, okay, grammatically and logically as well. But here what I want you people to interpret these two as whatever you will be studying as a benefit, whatever you will be studying as a benefit of the cloud, okay, so they are also the goals. They are also the goals. They are supposed to meet that particular benefit all the time. They are supposed to meet that benefit all the time. But when we talk about advantages or else pros or else benefits, we cannot claim that all the time this benefit will be attained. All the time this benefit will be attained. Say, for example, if anyone asks you, what is the benefit for you for choosing a college here in Tirupati? So you can tell that, okay, it is very easy for me to go to Tirumala whenever I would like to go. So that is one sort of benefit. But also, if you have a goal like I need to visit the Tirumala daily, then that becomes your goal, isn't it? So here, both having the benefit and maintaining that particular benefit as a goal is the one that is the tricky point. So people do understand this. Okay. So whatever the points we'll be discussing here, the 3 points, what you are seeing on the slide, they are benefits as well as the goals, as well as the goals. In the sense, all the time, these benefits are to be attained mandatorily, mandatorily, right? Okay. So first one is reduced investments and proportional costs. Reduced investments and proportional costs. Obviously, it talks about most of the time we were talking about cost reduction, cost reduction, cost reduction, and uh, even in the first unit when we were talking about virtualization, also we talked more about reducing the cost, isn't it? Okay, so we know that as a benefit, but in what sense it has to be attained as a goal is, you know, cloud is a kind of service, cloud environment has a kind of service providing environment where the resources are being provided on demand only, on demand only. If you need, you raise for it, you will get the service. If you don't need, pull down the service back and you will not be getting the service. It is as simple as that. Okay, so as the on-demand accessibility is being provided in the cloud, it influences the cost. It influences the cost. And what I mean here, the proportional cost is usually depending upon the resource, what you purchase or else what you take, there will be some maintenance cost automatically incurred for that. One classic example I would like to give how the proportional cost, matters. See, usually when the people are trying to purchase a four-wheeler, they go for whether it is a diesel vehicle or a petrol vehicle. Usually, there is uh, at times the margin between the fuel, that is the diesel cost and petrol cost, was huge. It was more than 20 rupees or 30 rupees. That is the diesel cost used to be less than that petrol. But also on the other hand, you come across the mileage that is being given by petrol vehicles is a different one when compared with the diesel one. It is said that diesel vehicles will be giving more mileage per liter, per liter. So in both the senses, at a point of time, it used to be found that diesel vehicles are more beneficial. Why? Because the diesel cost is less, and also you get more mileage. But on the other hand, accordingly, uh, the maintenance cost for diesel vehicles is more. The service labor that is in used for the diesel vehicles is more, and also the purchase cost of diesel vehicle is also the more. Might be uh, the vehicle might be one and the same with the same features, but just if you're opting the fuel diesel than the petrol, then automatically the price for you will be scaling more than a lakh or so. So that is what will be called as a proportional cost. Proportional cost. It depends. It depends upon how you have the resources to be provided for you. How you have the resources being provided for you. Many times we come across these kind of on-demand access kind of thing. Okay, and the second thing is having unlimited components. Having unlimited components is a tricky thing. Is a tricky thing. Even now, when we go for recharging our mobiles, we'll be looking the plans, looking for the plans, and that the plan categorization will be in such a way that unlimited calls. Do you think unlimited calls in the sense you can be calling to a number of minutes or else a number of seconds you can be calling it? Probably there should be some sort of limit. There should be some sort of limit. Unlimited bandwidth, the people will be telling. Unlimited data, they will be telling. But there is a cap. See, of course, you will be getting certain amount of speed for certain amount of bandwidth consumption, beyond which your speed will be your data speed will be gradually very less. But still, you can have the access to the bandwidth. So that's how the unlimited computing resources uh, make the part or else make the resource consumption very trickier. Okay, so all these things have bought the cloud, the cost on the cloud into a considerable range. I don't say exactly it is reduced or else it is completely cut down. Definitely there is some other cost being involved on the other hand, but still I can say that considerably it reduces the cost. It's quite inviting, isn't it? Right? Okay, and the easier part is, if you just like that, if you don't want this particular resource at any point of time, you can just remove it. It is as simple as how you remove the plug and play devices on your laptop or on your Windows machines. It is as simple as that. You just insert the pen drive and you just remove it. It's very easy, isn't it? Right? Okay, so to that level in the enterprise level of architectures or else in the corporate kind of scenario, you can enhance your resources for your business, and also you can resize your resources that are available. And most probably these things will be talking more about the scalability, more about the scalability. That is what we call it as a scalability. As of now, I want this much amount of resources, but it demands me that I need to increase upon my resources. Then automatically I will go for scaling. Automatically I'll go for scaling. Remember, I don't mind what kind of scaling, whether it is horizontal or vertical, but definitely I opt for scaling. I don't really change the device, isn't it? I don't really change the device. So, for example, if I have purchased a mobile and its memory size is just 12 GB, and if its memory slot is expandable up to 128 GB, then immediately once my 12 GB is completely eaten up, I don't go for changing the mobile. What I do rather than I do go for purchasing a small memory chip, and I try to consume all the 128 memory chip. Even if that 128 memory is being consumed, then automatically I have an option for changing the memory chip still, isn't it? Still, I don't go for changing the mobile. But if you really want that, the processing speed is more, and if you don't want to go with the memory chips, then obviously you want to change your device. So that's about the scalability. That's about the scalability. You have both horizontal and vertical way of scaling, and this scalability is the most powerful aspect of the cloud. And that if the scalability is not achieved, then automatically it is not called as a cloud. It is very simple. If the scalability is not achieved, then automatically it is not called as a cloud. That is it. Okay. So that's how it is imbibed as a benefit as well as a cloud. Moving on to the third one,
it says that the third benefit is high availability and high reliability. That means two things are being involved over here: availability and reliability. Availability is the one whether the service is ready for you to consume, whether the service is ready for you to consume. And the second one is reliability is how well or else how confident you are to get that particular service to the fullest quality, I can say, or else to the fullest means of the service, I can say. Over a period of time, I used to hear from BSNL customers that they are in the center of the town, that is center of the town, and they see their signal is full, that is their availability is full. Okay, but when they try to connect, when they make a call, the call doesn't connect. So there is no reliability. There was high availability. Why? Signal is full. Signal is full. They are right center in the town, center of the town. Okay, but still, though signal is full and the service is quite available for him, but there is no reliability that I can consume that particular service. Many times, even we can face this kind of situation with the Geo also, with the connecting issues, usually in the evenings. Okay, so these are all very simple examples, I can say. These are all very simple examples. Okay, most of the time, availability will be there. Most of the time, yes, availability will be there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how reliable that particular service will be. It is I can see like at this point of time, I can see 50 participants. All the 50 students are available now here in my class, but I don't really, I don't reliably tell that all the 50 participants are listening to my class with utmost concentration to get about the cloud benefits. So that's how it is. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, so that is about the benefits of the cloud. Okay, now going forward,
uh, I would like to go with one more poll. So I want you people to see that question. I will stop sharing this slide. Now, the next question for our we have to answer is, I want you people to pick the topmost challenge in the cloud. And I have given a number of options as usual. And I'll just read out the options once again. Okay. Before that, I will once again read out the instructions how you have to answer this question. So open your browsers. Uh, Open www.menti.com. Use the code that has been shown on your screens. That is, the code is 5643887. And then you can see the question. The question is, pick the topmost challenge in the cloud. Topmost challenge. Okay. So first challenge, what I have listed over there is security vulnerabilities. And the second one is complex and reduced operational governance control. Third one is portability, compatibility, and the legal issues. Okay, and the legal issues. And other options are only 1 and 2, only 2 and 3, only 1 and 3, maybe all the above, for sure all the above. It's good. 4 students have answered it. So only 10% of the participants have answered till now. Can I expect few more answers? 7. Please go. Man, come on, man. Open your browsers. Okay, let me show you the instructions. Open your browser, log into menti.com, use the code, queue your option. That's it. Simple. Wow, these two answers are going neck to neck. that is complex and reduced operational governance control. And on the other hand, for sure, all the above. Quite interesting. Only 9 answers, man. Only 9 answers. No one else? Come on, students. 10. What I could read is only 20% of you students are reliable and available. Other 80% are just available but not reliable. 11. Students, do remember that these options are to be done in couple of minutes maximum. You don't take it for granted that you'll be given time for minutes. And though if you Google it also, you can't be getting these things. Make it up. What do you want me to do? You want me to wait for a while? Ceci, what's up? You want me to wait?
Wait for 2 minutes, sir. That's
Did you answer, by the way?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Where is LR? Is she here? No, Arshita is not here for the day.
Yes, sir. She's not.
Okay, 13. See, as and when the participation is not encouraging, definitely that provokes me to create more and more graded discussions. You want me to go with that? 14. Okay, fine. Not a problem. We'll stop. I don't want to kill your time as well as mine. Go back. Right. So we were discussing on what is the topmost challenge, isn't it? Right. So here it goes. Risks and challenges of the cloud. I said increase the security vulnerabilities, reduced operational governance control, limited portability and between the cloud providers, and a little bit of compliance in terms of the compatibility, and a few legal issues. So now you tell me what could be the answer for the previous question. So the guys who have marked for sure all the above, so they are correct. Okay. Now, how do you categorize these as risk and a challenge? So first thing is it hampers the security. That's what it means, the security vulnerability. And it makes more room for happening the security. That is quite even challenging. That is the greatest challenge. Of course, if you have something, that disturbs your security, yes, that is fine. But if it still continuously, if it weakens your strength, then automatically that is called as a vulnerability. That is called as a vulnerability. Okay, so you have that security vulnerability very, very risky here in the cloud. Why? Because many actors are there, many roles are being present. Okay, and many environments will be there. Data is stored somewhere,
Data will be flowing across the networks. We are not sure, though, however, the network is secure, the data servers are secured, the environment is entirely secure, the systems are being preserved with antivirus softwares and blah, 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 blah. Still, there is huge amount of scope on the security vulnerability here in the cloud. Okay, if you look into the research papers, almost 20 to 30%, 20 to 30% of these cloud vulnerabilities, sorry, security vulnerabilities are due to the insiders only. That means the employees or else the persons who are using the cloud, they themselves are creating such security vulnerability. It's something like like inti donga antu ఉంటారు చూడండి. Okay, so in that sense insiders are more risky. And why this is because automatically, as I told, there will be more number of people involved in getting the cloud environment or else in getting the cloud service to be done. There you will be needing administrators, you will be needing consumers, of course, you will be needing providers, you will be needing service consumers, you will be needing network people. There are many aspects and many elements in between when a simple request is being raised to consume certain data. Like you are very much aware that when once you log into your Gmail and you can directly see this email, okay, whatever email that is being shown, okay. But do you have any idea uh, through how many networks that particular data is being crossing and coming to you, and how secure it is there? Okay, long back, around 4 years back, LinkedIn, which is a social media website, okay, usually HR people used to go through that LinkedIn profiles, and they used to gauge the candidates profile for their positions and jobs. Okay, so that LinkedIn application was hacked. The data was not safe. Even a couple of years back, or last year, I guess, Mark Zuckerberg was asked by the what to say, American Supreme Justice. I don't exactly remember the terms. Okay, so those people have called in and they have asked how far or else how secure the data is. Similar kind of questions were faced by our Sundar Pichai also, representing the Google. So how safe the user's data is. Okay, so as these are all involved in the cloud, you can't toss the security. You cannot toss the security. Okay, it's not about your data. It's not about the one person's data. It's about entire business data. It's about entire client's data. And as a computer science students, I don't think I should explain you how important the data is now on your fourth year of study. Okay, so that is the importance, that is the important challenge, security vulnerability being. And second one is reduced operational governance control. See, one thing I can tell that maintenance is, that's what in a simple word, I want to put it, operational governance control as. It says that it is reduced, but no, it is not as easy as how it is being mentioned. The service level agreement that talks between the cloud consumer and cloud provider, okay, that becomes a treaty kind of thing between these two, how the service has to be provided and how it has to be consumed, and what and all the rules it has to be abided for, or else the law it has to be abided for. Okay, but these things will not be standing straight. These things will not be standing straight. I bet how many of you people will be really studying, or else will be really at least going through the end users license agreement when you install something. I don't think even 1% of our community or else our people will not be going through that particular end user license agreement. EULA. So that is what people doesn't think straight. People doesn't think straight. They just take the things for granted. So they don't really or exactly understand what is that SLA talks all about, and how it is. In what sense it is called as it is the reduced one. Okay, and that's the reason I call it as complex as well as reduced.
It is so complex. It is such a complex thing. I think you could have found jokes on EULA and like many other things also. Many at times we don't read that particular agreements, many agreements. We just blindly sign it. And once we have certain hampering on that particular agreement, then we wonder how to read all those things. Even these things happen when you go and get an insurance, or else when you go and buy a certain thing. These are all very common things. Okay, so that operational governance control is not in your hands. Though you feel that okay, everything is in my hands, still the operational governance control is not in your hands. It is as equivalent as providing the warranty. The people say when you're purchasing, you will be promised that you'll be given utmost warranty, and when you really face a problem and when you walk into him with the warranty, he says that this is not operated in the way it has to be, and you have given more amount of voltage or else blah blah blah, kind of the warrantor will be having a number of reasons for denying the warranty. Okay, so that is where the control exactly lies. So what do you think? You have the control of the warranty? Obviously the warranty will be having the control. Okay, and one more thing that controls upon the operational governance is geographic distances. Geographic distances. You might have come across that call center jobs are pretty odd jobs. Like they should be working from late night shifts as well. Most of their working will be in night shifts, like like 7 to 11 or 7 to 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Likewise, isn't it? Okay. So why do you think these are such an odd kind of jobs? Why? Because these are the services being provided to offshore, sorry, onshore people. That means the people who are using that particular service are awake in our night time. That means their daytime is different. That means they stay in US or UK or some other part of the geographical location other than the India. Agreed or not? Okay. So such kind of controlling will, you never have that sort of control on you, and this happens with the cloud. This very much happens with the cloud. See, I think you might have come across this thing uh, in the canvas instructor. I would have told that this class will be, or else the formative test due date will be like so and so date, 12 p.m. or else 12 a.m. Okay, so the time zone, if I'm sitting in Singapore, and if I set that particular time zone, then automatically you will be getting an impact on this, isn't it? Right? Okay, so our time zone should be one same to set that particular time. You got it? Okay, so that is a kind of operational governance control what I was talking all about. Okay, it is not simple, it is complex, and also you can see that there is no, or else there is very minimal such kind of control for the cloud consumer. And the other thing is limited portability between cloud providers. Like, I have AWS. Now, let us assume that I have created one virtual machine in Amazon. Now, for some bullshit reason, I want to change that virtual machine to Microsoft Azure. Do you think that I can just like, I can shut down, I can copy that, and I can open in Azure? No, that's not as simple as that. You have to again go through a lot of process. So that is what I was talking all about, the portability. I will be calling it as a limited portability. Can you? I mean, it is as tough as like creating a document on MS Word and trying to open it on Red Hat Linux. How difficult it is, isn't it? Right? So that's how it is. Okay. Of course, now internet is there. Now it is quite easy for you to open on the browser. But if you really want to access to the machine through the operating system, you have your own way to finding it out. Okay, so that's about the kind of portability what I was talking. Definitely there is even till date there is no portability between one cloud provider to another cloud provider. If you drop Amazon, then again you need to start from the scratch with the Azure. So it is that particular problem is quite alarming, by the way. And the other one is multi-regional compliances and legal issues. See, the legal issues will be changing from location to location. Probably accessing to a few sites here in India is a crime, and there it is not a crime if I access the same site from another country. So, for example, torrents. You people know well about torrents. Maintaining a torrent and downloading the data from the torrents here in India is a crime, definitely. And creating the torrents and having the data in torrents is not at all crime in European countries. Likewise, okay. So, what if I have my data in such kind of environment? Then how can I say that my data is safe and secure? How can I say that my data is safe and secure? And definitely, even if I want to access to my data, again, I need to go under certain legal compliances. Legal compliances. And definitely, if I store my data in China or Japan or Korea, then definitely I need to even translate the language. Why? Because whatever the language that is being used there is definitely not the English. And similarly, there are many other countries. Even if you go to Germany, France, or Russia, you got to change the language. Though you know English, it doesn't help you. You got to translate their language, isn't it? Right? Okay. So that's the kind of compliance and legal issues. So with this, I will end the class here today. And in the next class, we will see a little bit interesting part of the fundamental concepts of the cloud computing. Okay. So I will stop here. And I welcome if anyone has any doubts. I'm here to clear them. If not, I will end the session. And just take this as a reminder, you are supposed to give your formative test 1 on or before Wednesday. Thank you.